What's up guys, my name is Delio and welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to be showcasing to you all the All Around Enhancement mod for Black Ops 3. The reason why I wanted to showcase this mod today is because I think it's genuinely one of the best mods ever made for this game, honestly. It genuinely improves the experience a ton, and it's essentially the de facto way I play this game now, especially if I'm playing custom maps or, just feel like playing just Black Ops 3 in general. I think this mod just takes all the cool improvements that Black Ops 4 and Cold War made and put it into Black Ops 3 without completely changing the Black Ops 3 gameplay. And I just think it overall just makes the game better. So I'm going to be going through all the changes, all the things that this mod in particular does. This mod also has a light version of the mod, so you're able to use it on more custom maps and stuff. I noticed that most of the time it seems like the full version just works on every map, so there's not really that many experiences that don't work with this mod, but if there is some, there definitely are some. So anyway, the differences between this version and the light version is that the light version removes all the custom weapons basically added into the mod, and that's essentially it. They're pretty similar. So yeah, anyway, let's go through some of the quality of life improvements that this mod added in. So yeah, at the time I'm recording this video, we're at version 2.8.6. There's probably gonna be other versions released as you guys watch this video. So let's start with changing maps. So now different maps are in different categories. So your standard maps are all your Black Ops 3 experiences. You have your BO1 experiences. So any of the remasters like Call of the Dead and all that stuff will be in this category. BO2, you have the Crazy Place here, which is an Origins inspired map, and then there's a whole entire category for ice grenade maps, so his maps are going to appear in here, and you also have just general custom zombies maps that aren't labeled or anything. They're going to be in the custom map section. So yeah, that's a nice little improvement right there. We also have advanced features. Essentially what this is, it essentially just adds in a mod menu and allows you to enable cheats. I'll just turn it on for this video. We also have All Around Enhancement careers. Basically, as you can see, it basically takes track of all your progress, all your accuracy, your time played, your headshots, your balance, and your bank. This mod adds in the bank. You can see wall buy purchases, all that stuff. It has everything here. One thing I'd love to see is leveling, but the mod developer said that that's probably never going to happen. He's not really interested in doing that, but I think it genuinely just make this mod that much better if you're able to level up. That's just my take, but hey, it's his decision on whether or not he wants to add that into it or not. This mod also adds in some custom gobblegums. So one in particular is Eddie, and it basically turns all the zombies into Richtofen, which is pretty funny. We also have Free Fire, which basically gives you a infinite ammo sort of power up, I guess, for like 30 seconds. You have two uses on that one. We have Join the Party. All players in the spectate will spawn immediately, and all down players will be immediately revived. So that's a pretty powerful gobblegum. If your teammates are having some struggles, they'll just revive everybody. Quacknarok, which is actually an elixir, I believe, from Black Ops 4, turned into a gobblegum. It basically just gives zombies a duck float, which is pretty funny. Talking about regeneration, your health constantly regenerates, so when you're moving and a zombie hits you, you're gonna constantly regenerate health, which is pretty awesome. Blood debt, instead of losing health, you instead lose points, and the amount lost increases each time you're hit until the max amount is hit. If you have 0 points, blood debt obviously ends, and you're just gonna get hit. Control Z turns nearby zombies into allies, aka it just turns them into turn zombies. And nowhere but there, you can teleport to a downed player's location so you can revive them. Let's try all of them besides Join the Party and nowhere but there, because I'm playing solo. These should be all that really matter here, so there's that. And you also have weapon kits, and you're able to actually customize some of the DLC weapons and the map exclusive weapons. So you have the AK-74U, HD-40, PPSH, M14, Galil, M16, FFAR, MX Grand. You get the idea. It allows you to essentially add camos and attachments to all these weapons. You can get up to 8 attachments on your guns on certain weapons. That's pretty cool. Also, in the secondary area, you can customize the Thunder Gun, Wonderwaff, the Path of Sorrows, which is a new weapon added in, which basically is the BO4 specialist weapon. When you pack-a-punch this thing, it is insane. And you can also add a camo to the ray gun. I added Dark Ether to it, and it looks absolutely fabulous. This mod also adds in some weapons from both multiplayer as well as custom ones as well. There's some from campaign also. The Path of Sorrows, which is Taku's katana, If you upgrade that, it turns into basically the BO4 specialist weapon, which is pretty freaking crazy. You can do the whole freaking like dash and stuff. It's crazy. The War Machine is basically what you think it is. It's the War Machine. The Micro Missile Launcher, which is a campaign exclusive weapon. Thermite Grenades, the PO6 Sniper Rifle, Spike Launcher, Stim Shot, the Tempest Specialist Weapon, the Death Machine, the Ripper, Concussion Grenades, C4, the Uplink Satellite Ball, and the single Ray Gun Mark III. I'm not entirely sure if this is removed or not, but you can't really get access to that in certain maps. So, besides all that, let's get into the main thing that I want to cover in today's video, and that is TF's Zombie Option Pro, which basically allows you to customize the experience to your whole entire liking, which is just so nice. The amount of things you can do here is insane. So anyways, let's go into weapon options here. As you can see, you can do all of these things. So you can spawn in with completely random attachments and camos on your guns. They're all random. You can have the Black Ops 4 Pack-a-Punch system, which basically adds a little bit more progression to the game. I'm a fan of this. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And it actually gives you an indicator on what level you're actually at as well, with the Cold War terminology, the common, rare, epic, all that stuff. You can start with max ammo in all your guns. You can start with the RK5 like the Super Easter Egg. You can start with a Bowie knife like Cold War. You can have a random weapon be whatever it is, so you can just spawn in with like a LMG or something like that at random. You can use your own camos, which basically are just camos in your weapon kits, which I'm just going to keep on right there. And if you don't use your own camo, you can choose your Pack-a-Punch camo if you want to, from all of these options, from Shadows of Evil to Dark Ether if you want to. You can enable Weapon Restore and Mule Kick Weapon Restore. This is for when you are disconnected from the host. Your current host will actually store your weapons, perks, and points. And then if you reconnect, you'll actually get all your stuff back, which is pretty freaking awesome. You can clear save loadout after bleed out. If you don't want that stuff, you can just clear it if you want to. You can also disable the C4 buyable ending after round 35, and if you have 150,000 points, and you can turn that on and off if you want to. You can set the weapon limit, so you can actually get copies of like a ray gun or something like that. It's kind of up to you whether or not you want to do that. I don't know if you wanted to, but hey, that's a thing. You can disable the dual wield PAP wonder weapons, so the Ray Gun Mark I and the Thunder Guns are actually dual wield when you Pack-a-Punch them in this mod. You can turn that on and off if you want to. I'm keeping that on because that's pretty lit. We also have the mystery box share that was introduced in Black Ops 4, so you can share your box weapons with other people. We also have the mystery box share from Black Ops 4 and Cold War. If you want to do that, you can enable that. I'm going to do that because it's a nice feature. Onto mystery box filter. This basically allows you to add or remove certain weapons into a map. So let's say you just want to get rid of Black Ops Cold War weapons, you can disable that. You can also disable the weapons of this mod and basically just turn this into the light version if you want to. You can also add Black Ops 3 weapons to the box as well. This just basically allows you to customize what weapons show up in the box, which is pretty useful depending on which custom map you play. If you don't like certain weapons, you can just do that if you want to. Power-up options, you can mess around with the spawn rates of these things. You can go from literally none all the way up to stupid insane where it spawns in every other zombie. You also have the improved nuke, which basically gives points for zombie kills in general. So other than just getting a base 400 points, you also get the points of the other dead zombies that the nuke impacted, which is pretty useful if you are into that. You can also customize the amount of points from 0 all the way up to 200 if you want to. You can have the Black Ops 4 max ammo so you don't have to reload. You can also have the Black Ops 4 Carpenter, which can repair your shield. You can enable free perks, power-ups if you want to. And you can also disable the Purifier, which is the multiplayer specialist weapon that's a flamethrower. In my experience, this is actually worse than the Death Machine because it has a bug where essentially it won't kill the zombies. I'm going to keep it enabled for this video so I can show you guys the Purifier, but it's a buggy power-up. It's not something I personally would use on a normal basis because I think it's actually just worse than a Death Machine. So that's up to you if you like it. I'm not the biggest fan, but I'm going to keep it on for this video. Onto perk options, you can actually remove the perk limits, have bigger mule kick. So instead of having 3 weapons, you can now get 4 weapons. This, however, will remove your weapon restore and mule kick weapon restore. Unfortunately, it just will stop working, as well as time-based perk loss. You can spawn with a perkaholic, spawn with quick revive. Time-based perk loss, which was introduced, I believe, in Black Ops 4, can enable that as well. You can have unlimited quick revive if you want to, and you can also disable the perk enhancements, which basically just adds a little buffs to different perks. So around here, it actually shows you exactly what it does. So with Speed Cola, it speeds up the purchase of perks and gobblegums, ADS, switching weapons, and melee speed, and removes the first raise animation on the guns. Stamina up, raise your weapon after sprinting much quicker, fire and throw grenades while running, and unlimited sprint. Double tap, special weapon charges faster. Widow's Wand gives PhD a flopper explosive resistance, that's pretty freaking good. Only works when there's one damage production perk on the map. Deadshot Daiquiri, when you have 4 perks including Deadshot, kill 5 zombies with headshots in a row to activate a 1.25 times multiplier to headshot damage. You'll see the Deadshot icon next to the weapon ammo count to know it's active, disappears/resets if you get a non-headshot kill. So you can disable all those enhancements if you want to, but I'm going to keep that on because there's some nice quality of life improvements. On to Gobblegums, you can get the pre-patch Gobblegum machine, which basically makes it act like a mystery box. You can disable the Gobblegum machine. I'm going to keep that on because obviously I want to showcase the Gobblegum. You can get a fixed Gobblegum cost, which I'm just going to do for this purpose of this video. I can go from 0 all the way up to 2,000 points if you want to. And you can also customize the purchase limit on the Gobblegum machine. You can go from default 510 and unlimited. I'm going to keep it on unlimited to basically make this video easier. And disable shopping free music, which apparently shopping free has music. I didn't know that. You can also get unlimited Newtonian negation if you want to. So there's that. I'm going to turn that on for the memes. You can also set a lobby password, which essentially adds in the T7 patch to your lobby without the performance improvements. But yeah, this mod's pretty good for security as well. So you can just add a password there. Pretty great. Onto the zombie subsection. You can add in a zombie health bar or hide it. So the health bars from Cold War are in this mod as well if you want it. It's completely optional. This mod is as customizable as you want it to be. If you want the game to feel more like classic zombies, you can set it the way you want it to be. It's completely optional. So I'm going to keep the health bar on for this video. Zombie round amount algorithm you can do from World at War, Cold War, and Black Ops 3. So with World at War, I'm pretty sure it's a 24 round limit. In Cold War, it's a completely new system. So I'm going to keep it on Cold War for this video. You can enable a zombie counter and it will be in the top left of the screen. Zombie juke, which basically adds in the Ascension zombies where they just juke from your aim. You can disable all zombies as super sprinters after round 40. In this mod, there are super sprinters that are really freaking fast and they kind of act like Cold War. You can turn that on and off if you want to. I'm keeping this on for the memes. It's not like I'm going to be getting to round 40 anyway. Max spawn zombies, you can go all the way from 1 zombie to 64. So I'm just going to have this at like 32. So instead of 24, you can have all the way up to 64 zombies at a time spawned in, which is pretty freaking crazy. Although it might be kind of unstable and laggy, your mileage may vary. Black Ops 3 is almost a 10-year-old game after all, which is ridiculous. You can customize the zombie health multiplier all the way up to 5 times if you're a psychopath. You can limit the zombie health as well from 10 all the way up to 60. You can change the zombie movement speed from default all the way up to super sprint. You can disable the zombie spawn delay. You can add in a horror zombie, which basically doubles all the actions of the zombies, which makes the zombies pretty freaking crazy. I might do a challenge video on that because it's just wild. You can disable the riser dust for the zombies. You can also customize the amount of points you get for certain zombie kills. I'm just going to keep that at default. Anyways, on to system. We got player options. This mod introduces the Cold War damage number visibility, so you can turn that on and off if you like it or not. I'm going to keep this on for this video. You can turn on hit markers. You can turn it on and off. You can also add in hit marker sounds from IW Modern Warfare 2019 to Battlefield and Titanfall if you want to do that. So I'm going to do Battlefield 1 for this video. You can disable the slide. You can enable a rocket jump, which basically allows you to use rocket launchers and do some rocket jumps, which is pretty cool. You can customize your starting points from 0 all the way up to 1 million if you want to do that. You can change the move speed multiplier. So you can go from basically 1/10 of the speed all the way up to 2 times speed. But I'm keeping this at default. You can customize your player health all the way from 20 to 200 like Black Ops 4. You can enable exo jumping if you want to. You can also enable friendly fire. You can do reflect, knockback, shared, all that stuff. It's pretty freaking cool. You can enable player health bars if you want to. You can also disable the dot in the middle of the screen. And HUD options basically allows you to have no HUD, or have your HUD movement basically follow what the camera is doing. So if your screen is bobbing all over the place, your HUD will also bob with the camera. And spectator spawn, anyone who's spectating will just respawn after 5 minutes. Anyways, on to roamer options. Basically what this is a free roam. So at the end of a round, it basically allows you to have a little bit of a breather. This is not a feature I personally would use, but you can customize the amount of time from like 30 seconds all the way to infinite time. So whenever you end the round, you have to manually go into the next round unless you choose a certain amount of time. Anyways, on to game options, you can highlight the craftable locations of parts. So you're able to see where part locations are super easily, so you don't need like a guide to tell you what to do. I'm going to keep this on from can see from viewpoints. So if it's in your general field of view, it'll glow, a little power up sort of glow around it, so you can basically see where it is. We got score events, which is basically the Cold War kill feed. I'm going to keep that on for this video. You can start with all doors open. You can spawn with the mystery box in all locations. You can start with the power enabled. You can get round revives, so basically at the end of the round, all players will get revived and gain full health. Weapon trade, so you can trade with people if you look at their guns, which is pretty freaking cool. You can also disable the weapon locker and the bank, so this mod also adds in the Black Ops 2 weapon locker and bank, which is pretty freaking cool. This mod also adds in way more players, so you can go all the way up to 10 players, although it is pretty unstable. And the Gobblegun machines are disabled when you do this due to engine limitations. Like I said, 10-year-old engine. We need a new game. Treyarch, thank you. That plays like classic zombies, thank you. And has mod support. You can disable the loading movies if you want to, so you just have basically a loading screen, just like the old games, and bots. So you can spawn in with bots if you want, and they really suck. Anyway, so on to mod games. Enemy spawning methods essentially are able to customize the amount of special enemies that spawn in. You can also disable the special round as well, so if you don't want dog rounds, you can just disable those if you want to. Time gameplay does exactly what you think it does, basically just removes the actual rounds, and instead it's just a constant flow of zombies. You can also disable the round delay for here. You can enable gun game, PAP or normal, PAP and normal, and normal. You can disable the gambler, which is basically the 8-ball that gives you some random cause and effect. Some may be good, some may be bad, some may literally freaking end your game. You can customize your starting round from round 1 all the way up to 255 if you want to. And you can actually set a round limit. So let's say I just want to stop at like round 20. The match will just finish at round 20. The endgame challenge also is a cool thing as well. The description says you're in the endgame now after reaching the round specified in the finish match on this round option. Put your skills and gear to the test by surviving an endless wave of instantly spawning zombies for the time limit specified to finish the match. Face the additional horror of the new super sprinter and transit sprinter zombies. It's ridiculous. If launching the endgame challenge below around 40. The penalty for failing the endgame challenge is knowing you let the horde best you. So basically it just gives you like a infinitely spawning zombie wave with transit super sprinters, which is just freaking insane. And you also have grief mode, but there's only one team. You also have rainbow eye, which does exactly what you think it does. It just adds rainbow eyes to zombies. And those are all the features that this mod adds in. So let's not waste any time and check out what this mod does. What map do I want to play today? Let's do some classic The Giant, my gamers. Here's the example of the new loading screen. It essentially looks just like Black Ops 2. That's a W in my book. You also have a nice little spectator spawn with a knuckle crack. So yeah, on our screen now, as you can see, there's some new things you can do. So if I click pause here, you have new shortcuts for different actions. So flashlight is Y. You want to ping something, you can press U. You can drop 1,000 points with I. You can enable the DNI night vision with N. You can enable and disable depth of field with P. You can get longer arm FOV with O. You can enable third person with L. You can get a full map view with a cinematic whoosh in and out with M. You can disable the HUD with H. You can change your view model with K. You can get Black Ops 4-esque sprays with J. You can get a throwable cancel with X. And this mod also adds in FOV scale. So let's say I want like a super high FOV scale and now have 2 times FOV scale, which is pretty freaking cool. Anyways, let's check out some of these cool little things here. Let's press Y. And as you can see, it adds in a D-Machine Cold War-esque sort of flashlight here. It's pretty freaking cool. So yeah, that's not something I personally would use that much, but it's nice to have. If you press U right here, you can do a Cold War-esque marker, so I can just mark these zombies, and it'll basically track with the zombies. And as you can see, it actually does a little offhand gesture, which is actually an engine modification. That's pretty freaking cool. And since I have over 1,000 points, I can press I and drop some points. It does take a tiny little fee from you. I believe it's 20 points there, but that's a nice little thing you can do there. If you press N, got the DNI night vision, which is basically the campaign night vision feature, which is something that could be useful if you want a basically full bright effect on your character for a short period of time to essentially just see where all the geometry and stuff like that is. Could be useful for that. And if we take a look here and I press P, just take a look at my gun. It looks a little blurry right there. Disable it, removes the depth of field blur, so it makes the game look a little cleaner. I never really liked the look of the depth of field in these old COD games. It doesn't actually work how you think it would work, so that's a nice little feature. If I press O, it basically extends the ARM FOV to be just like console. On PC, it's a little bit different than how console looks, so basically that just makes it look exactly like console. It's a nice little feature. If I press L, I can go straight into third person, and it has a little crosshair that basically shows you where you're actually aiming, which is not something I think is actually in Black Ops 3, so that's a nice quality of life improvement there with third person. I think it'd be pretty cool to do this as like a challenge if you want to do that. If I press M, it does this cool little map overview with a nice slick little animation there. If you press M again, it goes right back. If I press H, it disables the HUD, makes it look all cinematic, as you guys know. And if I press K, it essentially puts you in a pseudo tack stance look. But yeah, it's not really that useful in my opinion, but hey, it's a nice little gimmick right there. And if I press K again, you have a view model free look, so you can see basically your whole arm model, and it won't move with the camera. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but you can do that if you want to. And pressing J adds in sprays. So it basically just sprays your clan tag onto the ground, and it does a little spray gesture, just like Black Ops 4. Pretty freaking cool. And throwable cancel, if you press X, it'll just cancel your throw. And the grenade now has a Modern Warfare 2019 animation, so it looks a little bit more clean. So yeah, those are all the little shortcuts that I wanted to show you guys. Nice little features there if you want to use them. Anyways, let's reduce the FOV scale a little bit. That looks a little bit better. Let's go into the next round. As you guys can see, the round counter moves just like Black Ops Cold War, as well as makes the little ember flame sound transition that Black Ops 4 introduced. Pretty nice. Let's take a look at those damage numbers. Look at how freaking clean those are. Even though I'm not a big fan of that feature, you gotta admit, that's a pretty clean implementation. I love the Battlefield 1 hit marker sound, man. It's great. You also have a perk drop delay that was introduced in Black Ops 4. And look, we got a free perk power-up, so... Wow, mule kick. Great. Let's pick up the Shiva for the memes. Okay, how much damage does this do? 450? Okay. Alright, let's check out the Gobblegums. Let's see what it gives me right now. Control Z. Okay, so this turns the nearby zombies into allies. I'm going to let some of these zombies come through the barriers to basically check this out. Alright, so let's try this out. So as you can see, it basically... My gosh, thank you, zombie. That was great. So as you can see, it just turns them into turned zombies. So that's pretty much all the thing does. Could be useful, maybe, in certain circumstances, but it's not that crazy. Anyways, let's check out another one. Okay, talking about regeneration. Alright, so as you can see, it basically has a bunch of little health crosses. So as I move, take a look at the health bar down there. It basically just instantly regenerates me when I get hit by these guys. And I keep moving. So yeah, usually I'd instantly die like that from the zombies, but this basically allows me to regenerate. So that could definitely be a pretty useful Gobblegum. Try out another one. Free fire, perfect. This does exactly what you think it does. I press 1. Basically adds a infinite ammo symbol right there, and I can just basically shoot forever. Pretty self-explanatory right there. Try out another one. Eddie, take a look at this. Turns everybody into Primus Richthofen for about 4 rounds, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, let's do one more. Should be Blood Debt. We have 5k points, so let's activate this. As you can see, instead of taking damage, it instead takes my points, kind of like the witches from Buried. Could be useful, just like talking about regeneration. So yeah, that's a nice Gobblegum. And that's all I can showcase right now, because I'm forever alone. Yeah, I have to turn on power. I don't know how I forgot about that. Dude, I've been playing zombies for how many years? And seriously, I'm doing all these noob things, dude. This is ridiculous. Well, yeah, that's a nice little gesture you can do when you activate the power. It's actually pick up Quick Revive, and I want to show you guys a cool little animation they added in as well. Does the Black Ops 4 perk drinking animation, where you're doing it with your offhand. And also a pretty cool thing with that, it's actually get enough points. Okay, heel kicks right there. Okay, double taps right there. Alright, where are these guys? There they are. I want to show you guys you can actually shoot while drinking a perk. So it's by double tap. And as you can see, you can shoot while drinking the perk, which is a pretty awesome feature. Anyways, where's the box? Okay, it's all the way at that teleporter. Dog run. We got the Vesper. Alright, there we go. And here's the basically center control, which is basically just a typical like GSC mod menu. So you can basically turn on God mode if you want to. You can get unlimited ammo, unlimited stock ammo. You can do all that stuff if you want to. Give yourself weapons, teleport, forge tool, all that stuff. You actually also have a subtitle down there for all the character quotes as well, which is pretty great. If we take a look at the gun as well, it actually does a little kickback when you're shooting it, so it makes it a little bit more impactful. I like that as well. Very nice feature. If we look down here, in here we have Deadshot. This can sometimes be stamina up as well. So now you can get both stamina up and Deadshot at the same time, instead of just it being one or the other. Honestly, I thought this was just like a no-brainer, having a perk machine right here. That'd be the perfect freaking solution there. I don't know why Treyarch never did it, but it's sort of good, I guess, since there's no perks there in the original map. But I don't know, if you're gonna make a reimagining of a map, you might as well just put like an extra perk somewhere, other than just there, doing an Easter egg, but that's me. Anyway, there's the first one. Here's the Purifier. As you can see, it's literally just the Purifier for multiplayer. You can basically shoot flames at teammates to revive them, kind of like the ballistic knife if you want to. It's really not much different than just a regular death machine, except it's just buggier. It's just really not worth it in my opinion, so... Ooh, that could literally downed right there. Black Ops 3 gameplay. Alright, number 2. Okay, Jugs right there. Let's do number 3 here. Bam. Death Machine also has the Black Ops 1 power-up announcer quote added back in, which I don't know why this game didn't have it either. I think it's due to the fact that the Death Machine was kind of just added in last second. I guess that's the reason, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Also, a really cool feature is that if you go up to a perk machine or a wall buy, let's say the Bowie knife right here, as you can see, it basically shows an icon of the weapon itself, as well as a description. So the Bowie knife basically says a knife, but more so. So that's pretty cool. And Juggernog, double your health, allowing players to go down in 5 hits instead of 3. Whoa. What? What the f- Do you see that garbage? I was literally pressing the shoot button, bro.
Skill issue. Skill issue. Skill issue.
Let's try that again. What the heck, dude? I love getting screwed over in this video game. It's just great. Like, my freaking mouse button was just broken right there. Alright, let's see. Anyway, War Machine. Nice. So as you can see, it works exactly how you expect it to work. Oh yeah, nice, we got the RPK. Full auto light machine gun, strong damage, moderately recoiled, my guys. Look at that, the custom attachments, this thing is goated. This thing is goated. Insane. In the membrane. This looks so clean, bro. I mean, look at that. Just clean gameplay. Let's just hit this again. See if we can get something else other than the War Machine. This definitely seems to be better. Oh, Wonderwaff. Alright, so as you can see, the Wonderwaff has a custom camo. In this case, it's kind of like a PC RGB camo. Which looks pretty freaking clean. And if I press the reload button, It does the MW3 and Vanguard inspect animation. Very nice. Alright, let's get rid of the Shiva here. Micro missile launcher. As you can see, shoots basically a little micro missile. Very powerful here, especially on the Hellhounds. Complete freaking wusses in this game. So yeah, this is a campaign weapon, if I'm not mistaken. You also have a riot shield, so you can also get a riot shield on maps like this that don't have a custom shield, which is pretty cool. And it does a nice little punch with the zombies. And it basically protects your back just like any other shield in zombies, which is pretty freaking cool. Ooh, we got the broccoli. Pick up the broccoli here. Or the gator. That's what it was called in the beta. Alright, let's press. Nice. Gorgon. Look at how much better that is. Apparently, they adjusted the fire speed on the Gorgon, so it's a little bit more useful. It's not as slow. Well, it's double tap. Look at that. That's a lot better. This thing's actually not as bad as people originally made it out to be. It has like a really good headshot multiplier, which actually makes it pretty viable. That's much faster. That's crazy. Oop, repaired my shield right there. Nice. ICR, pretty cool camo. No! Anyways, where is it gonna go? Yeah, it's gonna land right here, guys. Totally. Dingo. Let's go. The best LMG, but I like the RPK too much. I gotta get this katana, man. The katana is like insane. Alright, here's a C4. Let's throw it down. Double tap. There we go. Haymaker. Just give me the katana, my gamers. Oh, let's go, baby. Look at that. Clean. I'm pretty sure this might be like a port of the Infinite Warfare version of this. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure what version this is. It's basically Taku's katana with Infinite Warfare animations. But look at that. Look at that inspect. FOV scale is a little high, so you can actually see the clipping right there, but it is what it is. Alright, let's pack punch this thing. Let's see how this turns out here. It turns into the Path of Honor. If you press left mouse, you get the Merciless Dash. And if you press the reload button, it basically gives you infinite of those dashes with a zombie blood effect, just like Black Ops 4. So that's pretty freaking cool. You also have the typical melee right there. Let's give you an example of how this thing works. Alright, so I'm not sure if this is going to kill me. I hope it's not going to kill me, but look at that. Look at that, dude. Just like Black Ops 4, it works exactly the same, which is pretty freaking cool. It basically has a little bit of a cooldown, so it's not like instantly like super spammy, but this thing is insanely powerful. Now, as you can see, I clicked the reload button, and I'm now doing a bunch of these dashes for a short period of time. This thing is insanely freaking powerful. Look at that. This is implemented just so freaking well. Like, it's genuinely so clean. It's crazy. That zombie blood type mode only lasts 1 use per round. Just an FYI, so. Anyway. Look at that. That's just so freaking crazy. Hey, thanks for the free stamina. Appreciate you. Alright, let's hit the box. Let's see if I can get the satellite. Alright, got the ray gun. Thought it'd be a pretty cool pickup here. As you can see, they added in the inspect animation for BO4 and Cold War. Looks pretty clean. You also have the old ray gun effects from BO2. So gone are the times of the terrible effects. You also get the old reload animation, which looks really nice. Wish they never would have removed that. It's just iconic. Anyways, let's pack-a-punch this real quick. And there you go. We now have dual-wield ray guns. Very cool. You can also get the death machine out of the box if you want to. Hold on to this as well. Let's trade out the ray gun, because you know the ray gun. Not that crazy. Anyways, we have over 8,000 points. Let's just Pack-a-punch this thing. And as you can see, turns into the scythe. Look at that. Insane. Oh, end of game challenge. We're gaming. We're gaming out here. Okay, where are these guys? Is it over? Oh, I guess I'm good. Hey, game over. Woo! What is happening? I'm still going. Why am I still going? Okay, so, yeah, there's that. That's the all-around enhancement mod, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did and you want to see some other stuff on the channel, make sure to drop a like. Yeah, this mod's pretty freaking great. I've been wanting to make a video like this for a while. Never did, but here I am. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a great day, and peace out.